bantha, 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 poo-doo, poo-doo. Hey guys! This week's video is inspired by an exchange I had recently with a friend and fellow story writer slash artist. I sent him the most recent draft of Nethergate and he sent me all of his notes on his own story that he's writing. And so based on one of the biggest notes that I sent back to him, today's topic is going to be about world building. But first, we need a drink. And tonight I'm going to be making bantha milk. That's right, that bluish colored milk that Luke drinks with his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru on Tatooine in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. So the first ingredient in this drink is milk. Hopefully there's enough. And there is! And then some cream, just a little bit. Then we get some rum. Then some amaretto. It's not an exact science. And finally, 2 ounces of blue curacao. Wow, made it a lot bluer than I thought it would be. Interesting. Oh my god, it smells so good. This is milk I'd drink every day. Oh my goodness. It's really good. Okay, so world building. World building is a bit of a tricky topic because it's so huge. I mean, you're literally building a whole new world. It's kind of huge by default. You've got a lot of subjects to tackle: government, religion, geography, society, technology and or magic, race, the flora, the fauna, etc. I'm not going to be talking about any of that. There are articles all over the internet that you can find that tell you exactly how to do all of that stuff. What I want to talk about is world building in relation to the medium that it's created for, because different mediums require differing amounts of world building. Novels, and especially novel series, will go into a hell of a lot more detail about the world that they exist in than, say, a movie will. Video games, depending on the amount of gameplay involved, can be either extremely detailed, like the Final Fantasy games, or they can be pretty simple, like the Portal games. Now, when I was still a newbie writer working on my Legend of the Orbs trilogy, I had tons of journals full of notes about the world that the story existed in. Like, a ton of notes. Now, at the time, this was actually okay because I was still planning on writing them as novels anyway. Once I started writing them as screenplays instead, I had a very hard lesson to learn, and it took my screenwriting professor telling me rather bluntly what it was in order for it to sink in. Unless the details of your world directly impact the story, there really is no need for them. Now, that's not to say don't create a detailed world for your story, because those details will help your world feel richer and fuller and much more original. But keep in mind that most of those details are only accents to what is actually a lot more important to your story: the plot and characters. It's okay to leave certain details up to the imagination. That's the stuff we nerds love to debate about anyway. And it's also okay to leave some big elements of mystery. Remember when midi-chlorians ruined the magic of the Force? In fact, unless you'd read the books, would you even know that this was called bantha milk? Nope. It's not mentioned anywhere in the movies at all. Trust me, I checked. Movies like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, heck, even the new Mad Max movie, as detailed as they are, they only give you a glimpse of the world that they exist in. They don't explain how hyperdrives or lightsabers work, why the giant eagles never helped out except as a last resort, how the humans were able to dig all the way down to the core to escape the machines, or how Furiosa lost her arm. On the flip side, books are a great place to get into detail about your world. You can explain how everything works to your heart's content, because there is plenty of room for it in a book. And the reason for this difference is quite simple: length. A screenplay is anywhere between 90 to 120 pages long. Books can be anywhere between a couple hundred to over 1,000 pages long, and they have a lot less white space than screenplays do. This is why book adaptations tend to cut out a lot of stuff when they're made into movies. There just isn't room for all that detail in film. The only place in the moving pictures industry where it is okay to go into detail about the world is in television, because you have more time to devote to building the world. In any case, the point is, you can create an immensely detailed world for your story, but if it is a screenplay, keep in mind as you are writing that most of those details won't make it into the movie. They are just accent pieces, but it is good to write it down so that you know it. And as a final thought, go see Mad Max, because wow. Until next time, may the Force be with you.